dude that
But
happens to be something with Square Enix.
by the way, anyone who is a Kingdom Hearts hater, we've already lost by now.
But I think that's about it. That's all we know.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah, we don't
very,
know.
very excited. I wanted to pivot into, so this looks like it's doing Unreal Engine 5. They didn't confirm, but they just dropped it like 45 minutes ago. I
Right.
mean, if it's not 5, it's a really advanced version of 4,
Yeah,
but
definitely
this
looks
looks
better.
incredibly like far superior to even 3, and I thought 3 looked incredible when it came out. So
Right.
I'm just like, wait, another huge leap. But it goes further into, they said the reason they're using this is because they wanted to stick to the same tool, same engine. That way they could push out faster, because
Right.
with 3, it took forever because they were using their own engine stuff. They kept having too many problems. It never looked as good as they wanted. And they eventually started using Unreal. And that's when the game finally was able to be made a lot quicker and then finally released. Like, it's Unreal is what saved 3's development. Now,
Right.
this same sort of talk is happening here with Witcher. They were having issues with the Red Engine, never been able to get things working the way they want to. They finally had to release the game, but there's still a lot of problems. Now they're talking in that level, which what was that last episode we're talking on?
I believe so, yeah.
But like, oh, we don't want to keep having these issues anymore with development. Let's use Unreal Engine 5. And we also have, who is it? Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
They're
that's the other one.
using Unreal Engine 5 as well. It makes me worry a little that, what if there's now too many people jumping on this Unreal Engine thing? And what if things start feeling kind of samey? But for all we know, even though you're using Unreal Engine, it doesn't mean the games even have to be somewhat even look similar, much less feel similar or play similar, just because you're
Right.
using Unreal Engine. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think that's maybe going a little too far, but it still has me worry about that. It still has me like, well, I don't want everyone using the same tool set.
Well, think of it this way. I mean, right now, Unreal Engine 4 is very, very, highly used, and
Yeah.
we don't feel that fatigue, So I think it'll be okay.
I definitely think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's just a thing in the back of my head of like, I don't know. It's a seed of a worry, There's way more pros than cons in my head, even if I think through it, because it's like, yeah, but you understand, like, any issue, like I said last, of being able to just call support, tech support, getting help from Epic themselves, much less, you know how many people use it in the community as a whole, and easily been able to like figure out so many issues so quickly and being able to get through development so much faster. And it now is just coming down to like, okay, well, what are your ideas and you trying to do, instead of battling a new engine that you're trying to also create, and things aren't working. Like Halo's a prime example of this, because they did that new engine, right? And it's so many people trying to learn it, and so many people trying to use it, but they keep hitting roadblocks of like, oh, this doesn't work with this because of the grapple. This doesn't work that because of these physics that we have to have, but now it's breaking this and breaking that. And they talk on this a lot if you read their little development notes and stuff. And if they were using Unreal, this wouldn't even be a thing. Like, they would just be able to like, okay, we want this to happen. Let's just make this happen the way we're trying to intend.
Sure.
But again, you can't. Could you get the physics of Halo into Unreal Engine? Is that even possible?
Yeah, I don't know. That's an
So
interesting
there's
question,
so many like that. That's what has me wondering. Like, maybe it's best that not everyone use it, but for all we know, it could be possible. We don't know. Like,
Yep.
but you know what I mean? Like Halo 1 and 2 of like, okay, targeting someone with the sword, then doing the rocket launch jump, like shooting to people really quickly. Like Halo Infinite has those same things happening, to where you can like sort of rig things to make weird stuff happen with the physics of it all. And I don't know if something like that could be with Unreal Engine. Yeah, well, I mean, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, I think it's very exciting to have a new engine, not only a new engine, but a new one that I think a lot of people are going to use, which is super cool. And from what I've seen before, I mean, it looks crazy. And the fact that a few of the first games that have been announced with, to be used in the engine are all games I'm very interested in. So I can't wait to be playing Tomb Raider on Unreal Engine 5 and the new Witcher And even this game, when I finally
Gears,
kept up,
which we know, obviously, Gears been using Unreal since the
right?
beginning,
Yep.
but they did also show Gears, the new Gears, and showing in Unreal Engine 5. So that as
Right.
well, you have to remember that too. So there's a
Yep.
lot of stuff already.
There's a lot of good stuff that I'm looking forward to. I feel like a few, 2 or 3 years from now, we'll have a good handful of games that are using it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Hellblade 2 is using it. And to what they showed of that, I mean, that looked awesome.
Oh my God, it looked great.
So, like, I don't know. There's a lot of promise there. And
Definitely.
that was the biggest worry with all of this is like, okay, well, games are like, we want to keep pushing and making things better and better and better, right? But of
Right.
course, the better things get, the harder it becomes, the more time it takes, the more like effort you got put into all this. So, like, this could be a channel to sort of facilitate a lot of those issues of like, oh, well, it could actually technically be easier, plus still look cutting edge. Like it could
Right.
solve a
Right.
lot of issues because we do want to keep pushing the industry forward, right? Like
Yeah, of course. Of course.
so.
It's
Anyway, so there's a lot there just because of that whole Kingdom Hearts thing, but
okay.
I just wanted to go into all that. But you have here what
Yes.
post
So,
from software game funk. What do you mean?